yeah, this isn't a perfect movie. I wouldn't even say it's a good movie. It's just a surprisingly entertaining exorcism movie that's very, very simple. What is up, guys and horror fans? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Reviews. My name is Andre Brinker, and today I am going to review the latest supernatural exorcism horror film that's also based on true events, The Pope's Exorcist. This movie is directed by Gillian Avery and stars Russell Crowe. The film follows Father Gabriel Morph as he investigates a young boy's terrifying possession and ends up uncovering a centuries-old conspiracy that has desperately tried to keep itself hidden. Now, I'm gonna get straight on point. I wasn't excited for this film. One reason, because it's another exorcism film. It's one of those plots that we've seen many times in a lot of horror films. We got one last year which wasn't that good, so I have not too much hope for this film. Even though Russell Crowe is a great actor, I still have no hope. The trailers didn't really do it for me. So, this is a great film to watch on Good Friday. Like, happy Good Friday. And also, hope you guys have a great Easter weekend. So, I went to see this film. The cinemas are still open on Good Friday, so I'm like, alright, I'll check this movie out. I'm curious to see how it goes. Maybe I need more bad movies on my worst list, so let's see how The Pope's Exorcist goes. And I'm not gonna lie, I walked out of the theater pretty surprised, actually. I honestly didn't find The Pope's Exorcist as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think this is a pretty entertaining film. It's not a great film by any means. It's definitely forgettable. I wouldn't watch this film again. But for what it is, I thought The Pope's Exorcist is a fine film. Russell Crowe carries this film. I thought he does a really good job in this film as a different type of father. It's a father that basically has a bit of a sense of humor into him as well. He's not just a serious father when he needs to be. He's also very lighthearted. There are moments in the film where I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting coming from his character at all, and I think Russell Crowe does a pretty good job in the film. I would say that little boy that got possessed in the film, he looks like he had a total blast playing this role. You can see it from his facial expressions, how devilly he looks, and I would say the voiceover of the demon of the film is really badass. I actually do like the voiceover of the demon. It sounds really terrifying. Yes, this is definitely an exorcism film that we have seen before, you know? There's nothing really new about this film, but I think what the film does a great job at is entertaining you. Because I didn't find this film boring like the other exorcism film I've seen. Even though it is cliche, the film definitely steps it up. It doesn't have a slow build-up, it gets right on point, and I do appreciate The Pope's Exorcist for doing that. Especially Julius Avery, I think he does a great job with the cinematography of the film, and I looked him up. He directed Overlord, which I really enjoyed, so I'm like, okay, that really explains why this film isn't that bad, because I think he directed Overlord very well, and in my opinion, I think he directed Pope's Exorcist very, very well. There are some good scenery in this film. There are some great color grading in the film that shows that it looks like a terrifying horror film, and just from start to finish, I would say there's a problem with the first act, which I'll get back to that later, but the second and third act, I was fairly entertained with The Pope's Exorcist. I would even say the visual effects in this movie, when it needs to be, I thought it was actually okay. Like, there's not a single visual effects where I'm like, oh, this looks terrible. I think the visual effects, for the most part, look mainly good. But yeah, this isn't a perfect movie. I wouldn't even say it's a good movie. It's just a surprisingly entertaining exorcism movie that's very, very simple. It gets straight on point. You know what type of film it is, and especially that it's based on true events, it kind of got away with it as well. But yeah, there are some problems with this film. Like, the first act of this film, yeah, the first act, the dialogue, the way it's written, it's a bit cringy at times. Like, the line deliveries that the demon says in this movie, the audience was laughing. They weren't terrifying, and I was laughing as well. Like, there are some line deliveries that are quite cringy and quite cheesy, but luckily the second and third act kind of fixes this film overall. But yeah, there are some line deliveries, and even there are some humor with the film where I'm like, it feels very, very forced at a couple of moments, especially from the first act. And I think one of the main problems with this film, and I think there's going to be one of those things that people will hate about this film, is that this film really is not scary. Like, this film tries to do a couple of jump scares there and there, which there isn't much forced jump scares, which I was surprised. But the point of an exorcism movie like this, it's supposed to be terrifying. And there's not one bit where I was like, oh my god, I'm shitting myself. I'm just entertained by the film. And that's just one of my biggest problems. It wasn't scary. It's supposed to be a horror film, but it didn't really scare me. But luckily, the entertainment value kind of saved the movie for me. I feel like The Pope's Exorcist is one of those films that you can just put in the background on TV and you can just enjoy it. I feel like this film shouldn't come out in theaters. It should come out on streaming services, and you can just enjoy it for once and then kind of forget about this movie after. But overall, The Pope's Exorcist isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's at least an entertaining exorcism film. I think Russell Crowe absolutely carries the film. The film is pretty interesting from start to finish. I would say the second to third act is entertaining, but the first act was pretty much messy. But overall, I didn't mind The Pope's Exorcist. Would I watch it again? No, but for a one and done movie, I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm going to give The Pope's Exorcist a B-. So guys, that is my review for The Pope's Exorcist. Let me know what you think of this film in the comments below. Do you like the film, hate this film, or you thought it's okay? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below, keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel notified for more movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and now excuse me, I gotta get some sleep because tomorrow it's time to go to Mushroom Kingdom. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.